What's up, y'all? Down South 77 here, and I'm going to show you my sack. My sack of discount toys. What did you think I was talking about? You guys got some filthy, dirty, guttery minds, and I like it, and that's why I like you. Welcome to or back to Three Star Draw. This is the Adult Collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe classified, G.I. Joe related things, and we talk about other things sometimes. And today is a mix of all of those things. I had an interesting experience today. I turned two negatives into a positive. I go out for my job and I have a very large territory. And when I have downtime or when I'm waiting or on the way home or something, that's when I'm often able to do a lot of my toy hunting. Unfortunately, most of my toy hunting grounds are Walmarts. And that is one negative is Walmart has got some jacked up clearance practices. We all know this. We've all been talking about it for a long time. And every now and then you'll walk in and you'll find a little gem here or there, or you'll find something somewhere, and it's never on their clearance aisle, right? It's always scattered about. Like there'll be a whole toy aisle and there'll be like one thing that is marked down like 87%, and everything else is stays full price. You never find stuff on the actual clearance aisle. At least I don't. So that is one of the negatives that turned into a positive today was Walmart's janky and questionable clearance practices. The other thing is it's the end of the month and I was in another area that I don't usually work in, and I found myself in a spot that I don't go to very often. I actually haven't worked in this area for well over a year, and I had some time between there and the next place that I was going, and it was about lunchtime. I was like, well, this town has a Walmart. I hadn't been in that one in forever. I know what mine have. Mine are drier than middle of July in Texas. I've never been to July in Texas. I assume it's dry. So I thought I'd go in this Walmart and look around because, why not? You never know. You might get lucky. And boy, did I get lucky. I ain't never seen the likes of stuff on clearance as this Walmart had. And this is a Walmart I was not expecting anything out of. It's in Middle Tennessee, but it's like right on the edge of Middle Tennessee, and it is well, it's probably a good hour and a half away from Nashville, in a town that you got to go to that is nowhere near an interstate. It's like a ways off of any major interstate. So it's kind of isolated. And usually in those, because I have a couple of those other Walmarts that I check, and they don't tend to have much, uh, typically at all. Had to make a little cut there. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. So these types of Walmarts usually don't have anything at all. So I went in this one Walmart that I was nearby today, and I was thinking, probably not going to find anything, but hey, never hurts to check, right? So I walked in, and it's laid out very different from the ones that I went to because it's a smaller city, and the ones in those, they're smaller Walmarts, right? They're not the great big huge super centers. They've got a couple different versions of Walmarts. So it's one of the smaller big stores. So I walked in, I can't find the clearance aisle, but I was making a beeline for toys anyway. So I found toys, which was weirdly like in the center of the store, not against a wall, like up into the store. It was strange. So I started walking down the looking at the toys, and I was blown away, man. Everything on that aisle just about was on clearance. And I ain't talking Walmart uh $21 for a Black Series clearance, or a classified marked down to 21.97 or $19, which is what I usually see on both of those if I see them. I'm talking they had stuff 30, 40, 50% off on stuff, even more on some things. And I went after I got through looking around there. I went over to the collectibles section, which Walmart's is not very big. They vary depending on the size of the store, but a huge collectible section in Walmart is the size of the smallest one in a Target that I've been in. So I checked the collectible section and they had some deals over there too. I did pick something up on the collectible section and had to wrestle myself away from another one. So I'm going to throw some pictures up kind of when I get done to show some of the other things. But check your Walmarts because what happens is they're getting ready to do their spring and early summer reset where they're getting ready to reset all the toys and they are forced to clearance out a lot of the stuff that's been sitting and even some newer stuff. I saw some newer stuff that was marked down too. It's not stuff I collect, but hey, somebody does. So check them. I actually talked to a guy, grown ass man, and I turn around in the corner and there's a dude working there, and I guess he was the department manager, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "Hey, man, looks like y'all are about to do a reset." So this guy spent about 10 minutes telling me what they were doing. But he did give me one useful piece of information. This guy told me that they had just got through marking down over 300 different toys and they were going to do more. And I'm assuming that meant they were going to put more on the markdown, not more of a clearance. Because these clearances, some of them were some pretty deep cuts. So I'm going to string together some pictures and put them at the end and kind of show you other stuff that I saw that I didn't pick up. So for right now, though, let's take a peek at my sack. What do you think? Honestly, like I said, I didn't buy much myself. Sorry, I had to make sure that actually started recording. This software is awful. So I didn't buy much myself. And there were other things that I wanted to get that I didn't because there's a Pulse live stream tomorrow that we're going to get pre orders. And there's also some Four Horsemen stuff that's supposed to be coming on Friday. That's going to be some overtime right there is what that's going to be that I'm going to need to get in before that stuff shows up. So, first thing, and probably the most important thing that I picked up. So, there he is. Yeah, I got the Motu, the Walmart exclusive Flock Moss Man, the collector's edition. It smells like pine, smells like them pine trees you keep in a jar in your glove box. Probably don't smell like that. But I've been wanting this dude. I don't collect a lot of Motu. I like Motu. It's just not really a line that I've collected, and I've started kind of. I'm picking up some stuff, and the figures that I like, the characters that I like, I'm gonna grab them. A lot of them, I'm gonna have to wait for them to hit clearance. I've wanted this dude since he came out. I didn't want him for $40 though. I know there was a huge backlash when this figure come out because nobody thought that $20 was worth uh an extra $20 or so was worth it on a flocked moss man. But look at him, man. Come on. So if you watch a punk with toys, and if you don't, you should be. He has a commercial that's done by Hella Dope Toys. And if you don't know who they are, you need to go to helladopetoys.com and look up their toys. They do a commercial for Punk when he takes a break that features this guy, and you're gonna have to watch Punk's live stream to see it because that's the only place I think you can see it. But it is hilarious, and I'm gonna give you my best Ted Darkclaw voice. It's Moss Man. Skeletor left me in charge of Snake Mountain. That's his is a lot better. So I finally got a Moss Man. Actually, I got two Moss Mans. I got two Moss Mans because they were $19. They are less than half price. Uh, and this guy here, I know some places still have trouble finding this Moss Man. He is everywhere here. This Moss Man is one thing that is almost every Walmart I go to has it. And I talk to people in another part of the country and they can't find them. So one of these I'm going to open and I may or may not do a video on it. The other one I have other plans for. But I did pick up two of them because at that price, if you've been eyeing it, you're probably not going to find it any cheaper than that. I'm not going to take my chances playing clearance roulette that's going to wind up at Ross or Ollie's. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? But I went ahead and picked up two. Like I said, one is definitely going to have a special place for me, and I got plans for the other one. So the other thing that I picked up, everybody's got their mixed feelings on these, but how are your feelings for $9? It was a reaction figure. This was over in the collector spot. I don't really buy reaction figures. I've got a few of them. I like to pick up, or the kind of odd niche ones. You can see over here, Pop Blender got me the Subway Cobra Escape, and I love that one. But part of that one is, like all Super 7, the packaging, right? I like I like the Super 7 stuff and I like the reaction stuff. I just don't like it for $20. But I've had my eye on this Cobra Commander since I first saw him. You guys know I like Cobra Commander. I'm a big Cobra Commander fan. So for $9, I think reactions are worth that. Just for the display purposes alone, I can probably get that sticker off, I feel like. But look at that, $9. $9 damn. Again, over half off of retail, and this was in the collector section. The only ones they had at this store was him, and they had Purple Snake Eyes, who I also want, but I already had two Moss Mans and one other thing, so I just got one, and I'm probably gonna open him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I really bought him with the plans to open, but those reaction cards, the art is fantastic. So the other thing, this is the fourth thing I bought. Again, nothing major, but I bought your boy Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. Now I know what you're thinking. You're going, well, you've already got Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. I saw him in your top 10 classified video. You damn right you did. And you know what I paid for that one? I paid full price for that one. This one was $7. $7. This was the last box classified that they had, though. I didn't see scrap iron. I didn't see timber. I was really hoping to pick up one of those sets. Like I need another scrap iron or another snake eyes with timber, especially scrap iron. But if I could find it for like, you know, $15, $17, I'm gonna buy it for the drone and the blast effects. I went ahead and picked up Rock and Roll because it's an awesome figure, but if you do any kind of kit bashing, you already know $7 for this figure is a steal. And he's been warming pegs. We know him and Shipwreck. I have never seen Torpedo or Copperhead from this wave at a Walmart. I have seen Copperhead at Target twice. I've never seen Torpedo in a store. Walmarts around me only got Shipwreck and Rock and Roll out of that wave, and Shipwreck's still everywhere. There is a plethora of Shipwrecks. Rock and Roll has been scarce here on the pegs for a while now. I've been looking because I've been like, yeah, if they ever go on clearance, I'd like to get another one because his gear, his web gear, his walkie talkie, all of that stuff right there, that stuff, the helmet, that stuff for fodder is worth having for $7. So I'll buy another damn Rock and Roll for $7 if I find it. So that is it. That was all I picked up. But there was a whole lot more. I'm gonna show some pictures. They had turtles. They had some of the wrestling stuff. They had some of the monster figures, some of the dinosaur figures, the monster like the King Kong, stuff. Some of that stuff's pretty new. Wrestling, they had all kind of stuff on clearance, and I actually ran out of time. It's like, how long have I been in this place? It's like, I still got to go look at the collector section and then go see if I can find a actual clearance section, which I didn't. But I could have stayed in there for a minute, and I walked through Legos. We had a conversation a while back on a stream about Legos and some of these Lego sets that might get retired. You can pick these Lego sets up and put them back, or hell, if you just like to build them, they had some Legos dirt ass cheap that I saw. I didn't get any pictures of the Legos because I realized I needed to get into in a hurry. But check the Lego aisle. I looked down the diecast aisle. They had a bunch of that stuff on clearance. I'm not big into that stuff. It's cool. It's just that's a diecast is a whole nother rabbit hole that I never want to go down again, other than picking up like the A Team van or something. Yeah, I can't do diecast, but if you do, they had all kind of stuff on clearance on that aisle. So check your Walmarts because it's about to go down. If you like this, guys, I appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, hit that bell. It's not going to ding too often and annoy you, but at least you will know when something new does come out. We're about to probably get buried under an avalanche of classified stuff. I think all of the April May stuff. Personally, I don't have anything to back this with other than experience. I think we're going to have that stuff in March and April. I've been saying I think the Vamp is going to come out in March. I may be wrong, who knows, but look at the rate that we've been getting stuff early. We've already got the Action Diver if you got him through Amazon. I got a feeling we're about to get buried. Not to mention we got other stuff coming out too. Man, so clearance is a good thing when you can find it. I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.